Let's hope, but I wouldn't put much money on it. The other story developing today occurred during shoot-around, and I'll tell you this because Caden himself told me. Caden Carter, the sophomore from Norman, and transfer from Seminole State in nearby Seminole, Oklahoma, apparently blacked out today at practice. And when he did, he hit his jaw, broke his jaw. And Caden, who spent some time in the emergency room here at Shawnee, told me he will be out 4 to 6 weeks. So no Freeman, no Carter. That means Nigel Wilcox has to play even more minutes, and certainly Scott cannot get into foul trouble.
First thing, that news, I didn't know about the broken jaw part. That makes me sad in the first place. But what makes me happy is you're saying he's coming back in 4 to 6 weeks where he'll be all right. But, wow, just the stuff that's going on, some of these people hitting the floor, that's just – and then DJ Freeman is so tough. You know it was a bad concussion at that time. He gets right up, and I saw him talking on the phone in the foyer before the women's game. I'm glad to see him standing up. He said he'd be back Monday because he is that tough. So I just hope the best for those two young men.
That means one of the double-figure scores for Jason Akers' club. Freeman will not play today. That's almost 7 rebounds and nearly 12 points a game out of the lineup. Nigel Wilcox averages 11. Paul King among the conference leaders at 16-7. Trey Dooms, who I thought played an exceptionally good second half against Henderson State here on Thursday night, averaging 12.3. Offensively, OU averaging just under 74. They give up 70. Their scoring average margin is plus 3.7. Ouachita doesn't score among the league leaders that well, but they defend well, giving up just over 73 a game, and they have held opponents to less than 47% field goal shooting. That is our brief pregame show. We'll be back to Shawnee to make the starting lineups and tip it off. Game 2 between Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist next here on the Bison Sports Network in Classic Hits, KGFF. Welcome back here to the Noble Complex. Very quickly, Ouachita this year led with a 13.3 per game scoring average of Madarius Hobson and Laquan Butler Jr., who is a graduate student from Benton Harbor, Michigan. He averages 15.1 points per ball game. Ouachita shoots 43.5% for the floor, 29% from three, 73% for the line. They are headed up by Dennis Nutt, one of the better coaches in the conference. He's 149 and 156 in Ouachita, and this is his 12th season at the Arkadelphia institution. Time now for a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Tigers, again, they are 2-2 on the road, 2-1 in Great American Conference play, 2-3 in the league, 4-5 overall. They'll start Reggie Martin, a 6'2 sophomore from Vivian, Louisiana, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds. He had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in 29 minutes at Southern Nazarene. But Arias Hobson, we told you about him. He averages double figures. He is a 6'3 senior from Holka, Mississippi, had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal, and he played all 40 minutes at Southern Nazarene. Laquan Butler is a 6-foot graduate student from Benton Harbor, Michigan, averaging 15 a game and 3.4 rebounds. He was right at that, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals in 34 minutes in Bethany. Alex Scariolo is a 6'3 sophomore from Malabera, Spain. He had 10 points, a rebound, 2 steals, 34 minutes at SNU. He averages 9 points and 3 rebounds a game. And Tyler Haynes is a 6'5 junior from Memphis, Tennessee, averaging 11.3 points and 6.8 rebounds. He had a double-double, his first double-double of the season against Southern Nazarene, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist, and he played 30 minutes of the ballgame. So again, it is Martin, Hobson, Butler Jr., Scariolo, and Haynes, the starters for Ouachita Baptist. For Oklahoma Baptist, and Jason Aker is 80 and 53, a winning percentage of .650 in 5 years here at Bison Hill. He'll start Nigel Wilcox, a 6'6 senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds a game. He was held at 2 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and a block, and was 0-5 at the foul line against Henderson State. Ricky Brown is a 6'2 junior from Valdosta, Georgia, 15 points. He was 5 of 10 shooting from 3 against Henderson State, averaging 9.5 points, 3.7 rebounds. Paul King, a 5'11 sophomore transfer from Alcorn State by way of Monroe, Louisiana, averaging 16.7 points per ball game and 3.4 rebounds. He had 17 points in the loss here to Henderson State on Thursday. Trey Green is back in the starting lineup. Trey is 6'2", 3-year letter winner junior from Kingfisher, averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds a game. And Trey Dooms, the 5th starter, transfer from UT Chattanooga, signed originally out of high school, a top 100 player in the country with West Virginia. He is a senior from Atlanta, Georgia. Those are the starters. Jason Akers had a lot of success against Ouachita Baptist. He's won 5 of 7, 3 of 4 here at the Noble Complex, including back in that truncated season of 2020-2021 when they played only division games and then had crossover in the playoffs. He beat Ouachita here in the first round of the Great American Conference Tournament. Denny Nutt, a 2-time conference tournament champion head coach in 2013 and 2016. He also has led the Tigers to a regular season title in 2015. Here we go, ready for basketball. A short-handed Bison team to take on a good Ouachita team. Tigers in the road purple and white trimmed in black. OBU in the home white and gold trimmed in green. Nigel Wilcox, Tyler Haynes will jump it to get it underway. OBU looking for a 3-1 homestand with themselves and the women, who improved with their 9th straight victory to win their 10th game and 6-0 in the conference in today's opener. Bison with it. King to Wilcox into the front court. He'll angle left, a much better crowd here than earlier. King from Dooms works around the screen. Now Paul tries to turn the corner. He's cut off left of the paint. Out high with it is Ricky Brown. Brown with 7 to shoot. They reverse to Dooms, who goes to the goal, and as he glides to the bucket, he kisses it in.
Boy, if Ouachita Baptist leaves that baseline open for Dooms, it's going to be doomsday for Ouachita.
19:20 to play here in the first half. 2-0 to score. Scariolo from Spain with a basketball out front. The Butler Jr. Back to Alex. He veers right of the wing, guarded by Dooms. Good high-low action. Hobson touches it down low for Haynes, and it's blocked by Wilcox, who came across the paint, and his timing was perfect. Paul King with the defensive carry into the front court. Dances right circle, bounces it for Nigel on the block. Nigel pulls up, long 2, banks home, and it's 4-0 OBU. And you sense OBU coming out with a extra bit of hunger today after that 3-point loss.
Yeah, I do, but I know that Wilcox didn't call glass on that one.
Green nearly stole the ball from Hobson. Hobson gets it back right side for Butler Jr. to Scariolo. He Jab steps and knocks down a 17-footer on the baseline, and it's 4-2. Nearly 90 seconds gone in the opening period.
Boy, that was a tough shot. All over him, the defender all over him. Fall away, perfect high arcing shot.
Green seats across the way, nearly full. Decent smattering of students below us or behind us and to our left. Wilcox gets a lob down low over a double team. He missed it. Good defense by Reggie Martin. Ouachita with a rebound. Laquan Butler Jr. around Green to the goal. Throws up a rudder, missed it. Wilcox off the front rim had the ball knocked out of his hands. And, well, it looked like that Nigel may have touched it. They give the basketball to OBU.
Yeah, a lot of touches in there. Kind of did look like that way. It kind of seemed like a lot of calls went in favor in the women's game for the Bison as well.
Look for DJ Freeman and Caden Carter's absence to mean more playing time for 6'7" senior transfer from Incarnate Word, Bradley Akile. He's the first off the bench tonight. Ricky Brown at a Dyko cross-court pass settles into a half-court offense with Paul King. Ouachita at a man-to-man. They're trapping off the man. King turns the corner around Scariolo, who blocks him and commits the foul, and that's the first against the Tigers.
Good call by the trail official that time. You just can't ride a dribbler that long. Finally got the call on the block.
Ethan Scott, who had 9 points in a Monday afternoon win against Mid-American Nazarene, did not play Thursday night against Henderson. Checks in, and he'll inbound underneath the basket. 4-2 OBU. Akile handles the lob pass out front. Looking for Dooms, is covered up. It's knocked out of his hands by Laquan Butler. 13 to shoot now for the Bison. King left side for Dooms. He's got a basket. He attacks again. Double clutches and kisses it off the window. Trey with 4 of the 6, and the lead back to 4 for the good guys.
Dooms was very determined against Henderson State Thursday. Once again here against Ouachita. You talk about extended minutes. Dooms will be on the floor a lot too.
Laquan Butler around King. Bangs into Dooms, and that's an offensive foul. Butler will turn it over on the offensive foul. It's his first. And Trey Dooms really stepping up here with this homestand against Henderson State and Ouachita. It's not that he hasn't been stepping up. It just seems like, don't you agree, Scott? He's ratcheted up the intensity just a little bit more.
He is definitely locked in, and I agree. I think he's just taking it to that next level as we get close to the postseason.
17-16 to go opening half. Ouachita with a 2-1-2, three-quarter court trap. OBU easily over the top of it. As Ethan Scott will get it into the floor general's hands. Paul King, 15 to shoot. 3 minutes into the ball game. 6-2 OBU. King to Scott off of a screen. Bang! He knocks the eyes out of it. That's what we like about the freshman from Mustang at a timeout. Ouachita 3 minutes deep. OBU 9, the Tigers 2. This is Bison basketball on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF. Out of the break, Ouachita called for a carry in the front court, so that's their second turnover. 9-2 OBU with 16:54 to play here in the first half. Paul King with a white headband around the head, veers right, guarded by Alex Scariolo. Now he spins, loses Alex, throws up a little runner, he missed it. Short Haynes down for the rebound for Ouachita.
Yeah, I think Haynes might have altered that shot a little bit where King had to get rid of it quickly.
Reggie Martin against the zone, skips it to Scariolo, steps left, fires a three at back rims. Dooms down for the rebound. OBU with a 3-2 advantage on the glass early.
Well, you talk about Dooms. I love the way he just come out of the sky with that ball like nobody's going to get it but me.
Paul King fell on extended right wing with the basketball. Dribbles through Scariolo and around Butler. Lobs it across the court. Scott to Dooms. Dooms to the goal and a hard foul. He beat Reggie Martin with that first step, and on the help defense, Scariolo picked up his second foul. Other women's finals from today: Southwestern 91, Southern Arkansas 81, Southern Nazarene all over Henderson State 63-47. We told you Southeastern beat previously unbeaten Harding today 65-63, and Arkansas Tech keeps East Central winless 87-59. No report from Alba, where Arkansas, Monticello, and the Rangers will play this afternoon. First free throw by Dooms is no good. He'll get one more. OBU came in shooting well over 70%. It was their worst free throw shooting day of the Division II era, 8 of 22, and it cost them dearly against Henderson State in a 75-72 loss. Second free throw is up, and that one is good. Trey Dooms already with 5 to lead all scorers. It's an 8-point cushion for the Bison at 10-2.
Dooms just relentless, going to the rack. The first step, he beats him, and then he's strong with his body, gets a shot off all the time.
Hobson with the basketball, lobs it across the floor, and Haynes unable to run it down. By the time he did, he was out of bounds. Trey Dooms is just a cool dude. He's really a good basketball player, really a good guy. He's into fashion. In fact, has some of his own line of clothing. And by the way, he's come to play today shorthanded for the Bison.
How about Bradley Achilles? Pressure there on Madarius Hobson out top. Just giving Hobson a little bit of that pressure, forced a bad pass and a turnover.
Timeout, 15:58 to play. Opening half, 10-2. Oklahoma Baptist to the Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Okay.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
I'm attorney George.
Josh Udomo will check into the point guard position out of the break. The other final from women's that we didn't have, Northwestern beat Arkansas Monticello today 59-52 up in Alva. Here it's 11-2 Bison looking for the sweep today of Ouachita. These two teams will play at Arkadelphia February the 2nd. That's a Thursday night. Legend Barrett is out of the floor. Barrett handles a bounce pass on the baseline, and he loses the handle. It'll be turnover number 1 for OBU. Madarius Hobson in transition. Bison on an 11-2 run. They've held Ouachita scoreless for more than 4 minutes, and that ends as Haynes hits a jumper in the paint. 11-4 with 15:22 to play in the half.
Nice shot by Haynes, fall-away jumper, just his right shoulder to the goal, nothing but net.
Bison having no problems with his Ouachita pressure. Play clock is down to 16, though, as they settle into a half-court offense. Akile right in front of Dennis Nutt on the Ouachita bench. Now to Dooms between the circles. Out front to Udomo. Udomo, the freshman, pivots left wing. Back out front it goes for Scott. 3 seconds to shoot. Ethan to Udomo. He'll heave it up at the buzzer. He misses wide right, and that's another turnover.
Boy, Ouachita really turned up the defensive pressure there. They forced the Bison all to be outside the three-point line on all their passes.
They did. I'm going to give credit where credit's due, but that's a pretty stagnant possession, too. Just a lot of working the perimeter as Ricky Brown comes back in along with Nigel Wilcox.
Yeah, just passing it back and forth. You're right. Somebody's got to cut towards the goal or some kind of dribble penetration and kick out.
3-2 points off turnover advantage. Ouachita can add to that, though, with points of this possession after the second straight miscue for the Bison. Kobe Dunlap is into the ball game out front. Right side, Laquan Butler. He'll drive baseline, whips it across the floor. Reggie Martin for 3, back rims that one. Udomo lost the handle, but it's scooped up by Akile as he ripped it away from Butler.
You know, a big play that people don't see. Ricky Brown came out of the lane to challenge that three-point shot to make it a miss.
Ouachita being out rebounded by over 3 boards a game. OBU by 1/10 of a board per ball game. Look at Udomo running through the lane. He clutches and goes backdoor for the bucket.
Wow, big up scoop reverse off the board. Beautiful move.
13-4, the lead back to 9. That equals the biggest cushion for OBU in the first half, and a near steal by Wilcox out front. Laquan Butler Jr. recovered after the ball was poked into his hands. He'll spin into the paint, jump past his right wing. Driving, shooting Martin, and he knocks down a contested jumper. Reggie Martin with his first, and it's 13-7.
You know, Wilcox didn't get that steal, but he punched that ball away. What was so outstanding about that is after he punched the ball away, he rushes back to cover his man.
Akile at the top of the key, drives, kicks it to Scott. Bang! He knocks the odds out of a quarter right three. 16-6, and Ethan, who didn't play Thursday, is off to a 2-for-2 start.
Ethan Scott, I tell you what, maybe that wasn't a good shot for him because it hit a little bit of the rim.
Laquan Butler left side, Reggie Martin to the foul line, cross courts it for Hobson, and he took steps. Well, this Tiger team, Scott, is just a step or two out of sync offensively.
Yeah, part of it, you know, when you score, you kind of take the momentum away, but Ethan Scott, some of those threes are just dead center, like that beautiful out-of-bounds play directed by Jason Aker to start the game.
Udomo and Akile are out. Trey Green is back into the lineup along with Trey Dooms. Here comes the pressure, and OBU across courts it. Scott to Brown. He's into the front court, and that only took 7 seconds. Dooms bounces it to Wilcox. He has it stripped on the way up by the helper, Tyler Haynes. Looked like he was going to have a wide-open shot. Good defense in the low post that time by Ouachita. Quick three put up out front. Laquan Butler Jr. doesn't go. Tigers are 0 for 4 from long distance and 3 of 9 here to start the ball game.
Yeah, and the Tigers need to take advantage of the Bison being shorthanded. No DJ Freeman or Caden Carter.
Wing right with it is Green. Green drives to the baseline, try to cross court it, but Darius Hobson with the interception and a good athletic move to keep his body in bounds. Tigers get it up ahead. Haynes spins left and lays it in around around Wilcox.
Well, has a nice move by Haynes. He's outside the right block a couple feet. Ball fake, puts the ball on the floor with the left hand, with the left-handed, one-handed shot.
Brown to Dooms to Wilcox for the two-handed flush. Here's your answer. It's 18-8. Oklahoma Baptist just over 12 to play in the half.
Boy, Ouachita just went to sleep on that one. They've been playing such good defense. That time they just left Wilcox uncovered backside.
Butler Jr. with the basketball, guarded by the much smaller Ethan Scott out front. Dunlap left side working against Brown. Wilcox goes for the steal. Haynes drives around him, pulls up, brick to foul line jump shot. Good hustle and recovery by Nigel to get the rebound.
I think Haynes was in between. He wanted to go on the drive. The help side defense stopped him. He didn't know if he was going to drive or shoot, and that's why it was a brick.
Green drives left, now spins back right, gets it to Dooms through the paint and the foul. And Trey Dooms is going to the free throw line. That is his game, either to get a pass and go right to the rim or just take a pass, put it on the floor and attack. Dunlap will get the whistle. It's his first, and that's the fourth against Ouachita Baptist. The under 12 media timeout officially comes with 11:38 to play in the first half. Bison a chance to build on a 10-point lead. This is OBU basketball for the Bison Sports Network on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly can purchase with purpose. Whether you're a university, a K-12 school, a local nonprofit, a church, or an individual, we have exactly what you're looking for. And 100% of the profit from your purchase stays here to fulfill the mission of providing vocational training, employment opportunities, and residential care to individuals with special need. So remember, how does your purchase make a purpose? By investing in South Central, the official office supply store of OBU Athletics.
The question of the hour, one dog, is this. OBU shooting 78%, including 2 of 2 from 3. How long can it continue? I know this. You want to enjoy it for as long as you can.
Well, then also the free throws are 100%, 2 for 2. How about that?
1 for 2.
Okay.
First foul shot, no good by Dooms. He missed one, I thought, made his second. On the sheet, they're showing it 2 for 2.
That's what I read.
I'll go by the official stats. I know he missed the free throw. Second one is good. He's 3 of 4 at the line, and he now has 7 points.
Well, nonetheless, it's a lot higher than what it was Thursday night.
Well, they only need 5 more makes to equal their total of 22 attempts on Thursday. Haynes with it, baseline right against Wilcox. That's 2 good defenders. Haynes pivots. Wilcox looked like he almost got a fingertip of that ball, and it comes down cleanly.
That is hard to get a fingertip on the ball. Haynes, 6'5", falling away, and the high arcing shot. That just tells you what great leaping ability Wilcox possesses.
Dooms had it knocked away from behind. That's a turnover for OBU. Ouachita pushes the issue up ahead. It's Dunlap right side. Then a Marvin Williams dive. He's played a lot of minutes for Ouachita in the past. Not so much this year. Only had 3 fouls, 8 minutes in a very short stint on Thursday night in Bethany. Laquan Butler Jr., guarded by Paul King, cuts through the paint, goes right in a foul. And it's against Nigel Wilcox, who thought he had a block. And Nigel now has his first and the first team foul of the afternoon against the Bison.
Well, Laquan Butler Jr. beat Paul King off the dribbles, so that's King's fault that Wilcox has got to pick him up. Butler put his shoulder down and drew the foul.
First free throw is up, and that one is good. I have another question for you. I really like these new home uniforms for OBU with Bison in green, scripted in cursive. Are we going to enter a time very soon where young people can't read that because they don't do cursive anymore?
You know, that's at one time that'd be an outrageous question. Nowadays, I tell you what, yeah, that's true because a lot of people don't even write. All they do is type on their phones and on the computer, and you don't see cursive anymore.
Laquan Butler hits both. It's 19-12. King is trapped, bounces at left front court. Brown to Dooms to Wilcox, another rim-rattling two-handed flush. It's 21-12.
That's the second time that Ouachita has left Wilcox uncovered just below the left block for a dunk.
Williams done with it, right front court, lobs it to Haynes. Trying to put the ball on the floor, working it around Dooms, and it's taken away by Wilcox. Into the front court, King thought about a three. He's covered up by Haynes. Left corner, Brown. Can he stay hot? He misses that one. He was 5 of 10 from three-point range and gave OBU a chance late. Into the front court, right. Butler through the paint, glides to the goal, and he throws it in. Laquan Butler is fouled. He's got 6 straight, and you're seeing right there why he averages a team-best 15-plus a game.
Well, that was good defense by Brown. A little better offense by Butler. Butler dribbling an angle to the left corner away from the goal, his body falling with a fall-away shot and one. That was a great shot.
Brown is out after picking up the foul. Legend Barrett is back in. Ethan Scott is out there. Or is that Trey Green that came in? It gets Green. The free throw spins off. Lead remains 7 for the Bison. Ouachita up to 50%, shooting OBU 8 of 11. Two teams are combined 2 for 6 from three-point range. Ethan Scott has both of the made baskets for OBU from long distance. Dooms right wing side against Tavondre Henry. Shoots over a double team, put it up one-handed, missed it off the window. Barrett down low, battling, tipping, and it's finally controlled by Tavondre Henry. Into the front court right side. Marvin Williams done, turns to the three. Left wing Butler for 3, rolls off. Nobody down but Dooms to control the miss, and the pass nearly stolen away from King. It's 5-on-4 briefly for OBU. Paul King dribbles between the legs, follow a jumper on the baseline, no good. Barrett again had his hands on the rebound but couldn't pull it in, and Hayes has it for Ouachita.
Just a little flat on the shot for Paul King. It's going to come for him.
Williams done, hedged by Barrett out front, goes on the baseline to Haynes, trying to jump pass, and Scott tipped his hand up in the air. That may have hurt his finger because you saw him pull back immediately and started to shake his hand.
Yeah, boy, that does hurt, but that's a great play by Ethan Scott because a three-point shooter, Kobe Dunlap, was sitting there on the right wing, and he gets that hand and knocks it out of bounds.
Ricky Brown is back into the ball game along with Bradley Akile. Butler Jr. to inbound for Williams Dunn. Back to Laquan to the goal. He lays it up. It spins off. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's saved back in by Butler, but they're going to say that he was out of bounds.
Well, that was a hard foul on Paul King. King had that defensive rebound, but Butler Jr. was all over him, hit the right elbow right on the side of his head.
OBU plus 4 of the glass, 9-5. Turnovers 5-5. Points off turnovers here, 6-3 Ouachita. So they have just under half of their 14 points off by some mistakes. King left of the Barrett screen. Pulls up elbow left. Bang! He rolls the jumper home.
There it is, just a little bit more arc. I know it's going to come for King. King can light it up when he's hot.
First make in 3 tries for the Alcorn State transfer. It's 23-14. Oklahoma Baptist's biggest lead has been 10 here in the first half. That was at 19-9. Wing right, Tavondrick Henry against the man-to-man pressure. Brown guards him. Henry doing a lot of dribbling. Now pulls up elbow left. Ricky Brown stays down. Nearly forced a turnover. Laquan Butler Jr. with it between the circles. 8 to shoot for Ouachita. Now on the hedge. Brown is guarding Butler. He'll put up a long 3. It front rims and underneath the foul. That's on Legend Barrett. They got him for hooking against Tyler Haynes. Legend with his first. Third against OBU.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Legend Barrett, but I thought that was a good block out. He wasn't holding him, but he did have a hook around him because at the same time, you got to think of the defender is pushing on Barrett hard.
Tigers will get a refresh shot clock with 20. It's at 17 with 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Dunlap to Reggie Martin to the goal, and he lays it in. It was almost goaltending had it not gone. Akile looked like he had his hand to the net.
He definitely did, and shook the goal.
And at the other end, the turnover.
Well, that was Haynes forced that. King was going to have that shot blocked by Haynes, and he just forced King into a walk.
Timeout, 7:52 to play first half. Oklahoma Baptist 23, Ouachita 16 on the Bison Network and KGFF. Miller Scott Waters back here with you Saturday afternoon from the Noble on the Hill, 23-16. Bison have led the entire way. They lead by 7, and Ouachita will have it after Oklahoma Baptist just turned it over for the 6th time.
How about 6 rebounds between Wilcox and Dooms, picking up some of that slack. We're missing a DJ Freeman, a Caden Carter inside.
Marvin Williams done out front. Kobe Dunlap is returned pass stolen by King. Glides to the goal. The shot was blocked that time by Reggie Martin. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with OBU.
Nice anticipation by King. He's in between the rings, and then he anticipates the pass at half court, tips it away to himself with the left hand.
Watch Scott here. He'll inbound to Wilcox, back to Ethan. They do cover him up and run him off the arc. Now it's Paul King. Left side to Akile. 7:15 to play in the first half, 23-16. King whips it right. Scott trying to stay perfect. Back rims that long 3. Tyler Haynes down for the rebound. He has been a man today. 6 points, 3 rebounds in 13 minutes, both tops for the Tigers.
And he's also altering some shots. He forced King into a walk one time.
Reggie Martin, right front quadrant. Out high to Tavondrick Henry. Guarded by Brown. Picked his dribble up. Now under hands of pass to Williams. Dunn with 12 to shoot. Marvin moves left. Gets it to Dunn. He'll fire a 3. Missed that one as Ethan Scott went racing by. Paul King with a rebound. PK into the front court. Left side. Tried to jab his way in. Now he's going to back it out.
Hey, Bison up by 7 here with 6:42 to play. Here's a chance to really keep the confidence down of the Tigers going into the locker room.
23-16 to score. Crossover dribble by King. Attacks left and a travel called against Paul.
Well, you're going to travel when Tavondrick Henry just puts his right shoulder into you and knocks you over. And that's what King's got his hand up in there asking Scott Petit what's the deal there.
23-16. Under 6.5 to play first half. Josh Udomo about to check back in. Both teams have been on a drought. Ouachita for nearly 2 minutes. OBU's going on over 3 minutes. Haynes pivots, puts Wilcox in the spin cycle. He missed the layup, gets his own miss, goes back up and in.
Boy, Haynes means business both ends of the court.
8 points for Tyler Haynes, their leading rebounder and scorer this afternoon. Lead wants 10, cut in half. It's 23-18. 6 minutes to play before the break. Nigel Wilcox to Ethan Scott between the rings. Paul King left wing. Dribbles, gets deep, goes to the goal, left hands it up and in with the swiping arm of Tyler Haynes.
King is probably 5'9", Haynes 6'5". King goes from the angle left with the right hand. He changed hands with the ball to his left hand in the air for the layup.
Reggie Martin, Marvin Williams done. Haynes, follow-away baseline right jumper, no good. Washington didn't even crash for the rebounds, and it's King that has it. Paul, jab steps left circle. Now he's going to back it out with 5:26 to play in the first half. Bison leading by 7. King doing a lot of dribbling. Cut off left of the paint. Good no-look bounce pass. Wilcox muscles up. The shot was contested. He missed it wide left. Rebound to Martin.
Yeah, nice pass by King. Wilcox left alone on the backside again there in the defense.
OBU 10 of 17, and Kobe Dunlap knocks the eyes out of a 3 to pull Ouachita within 4. This is what they do. They hang around. First making 7 3-point attempts today for Ouachita.
Dunlap nailed that one, but the previous one from the left wing was an absolute brick in the corner of the rim.
Wide open underneath Akile, and a great find that time from Ricky Brown for the bucket.
And it's a quick pass from the right corner. You wait a second, Ouachita closes that gap. Easy layup for Akile.
4:40 to play here in the first half. Bison 27, Ouachita Baptist 21. Haynes backing, goes up over Wilcox and knocks down a hook right in Nigel's face.
Just going to have to keep Haynes' ball out of his hands in the paint anywhere. That's a great move, one-handed baby hook.
Haynes had his first double-double of the year at Southern Nazarena. He's picked right back up where he was on Thursday night. Lead down to 4. Paul King almost traveled, gets it to Scott, run off the arc, moves right, 3 on the way, no good as that one spun off. Only person down to rebound is Ouachita's Reggie Martin. Martin gallops into the front court. He'll attack, turning right, throws it up, and a foul on Ricky Brown. And that's Ricky's second, so he becomes the first OBU player with multiple fouls and only the 4th of the half against the Bison.
Tyler Haynes out of Memphis. You know, we've seen enough of these talented Memphis players pair for Henderson State as well.
Fans, be sure to visit the Lunchbox Sandwich Shop the next time you're in downtown Shawnee at 217 East Main. They have great salad, soups, and sandwiches and desserts. Best part of the lunch, the Lunchbox. It's not just deli. It's delicious. First free throw by Reggie Martin, no good. Tigers have missed 2 straight. They've split their first 4 at the line. 4:03 to play before the break, 27-23. A game in which Oklahoma Baptist led 19-9. Second free throw by Martin, nothing but net. And that makes it a one-possession game. 27-24 with 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Udomo with the stationary dribble. Wilcox out front, angles left, hands it off of the wing for Trey Dooms. Dooms attacks and a foul against Medarius Thompson. He made contact once or twice, but they let that contact go, which I have no problem. The third time, they finally said enough is enough.
And that's good officiating because it is a contact sport. You think, okay, there's no blood, but it did impede the progress of Dooms. Great call.
Timeout on the floor, 3:48 to play before the break. Bison lead the Tigers by 3 on the BSN and Classic Hits KGFF.
I'm attorney Jordan Klinger, partner at McIntyre Law. Before I came to McIntyre Law, I worked for an insurance company that defends cases. That experience provides me insight into how insurance companies operate. That knowledge helps me get the most for our clients. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law and will fight for you.
Here at SCI Supply,
Time back in. Paul King misses a runner in the paint. Ouachita with the rebound. A chance to tie with 3. Martin attacks, cross courts it. Williams Dunn was standing
on the sideline. Tell you, here's a chance for the Bison to make up some ground. You get a little Tyler Haynes relief. Haynes 5 of 9 from the floor, 4 boards, 10 points to lead all players.
3:16 in Canada play in the first half, 27-24. Bison still shooting 55%. Ouachita's climbed to 45.5%. Bison +1. Ouachita in a zone that they've trapped a lot out of. Dooms with it right baseline to the goal. It's slapped back in his face. He tried to pass it. Hobson forces the turnover. Reggie Martin being ridden into the paint, lost the handle, and it's a foul against Dooms. It was the trail official that made the call, and it was almost as if it wasn't going to be a turnover. He was going to let that contact go, but that contact was key to forcing the mistake.
Yeah, called by Scott Petit. He saw something on Trey Dooms. Dooms didn't even flinch, so I guess he was the guilty party. And Dennis Nutt resting Tyler Haynes right now.
Scariolo will bounce it inbounds in front of our broadcast position. Hobson with it out front to Butler. Down the paint goes Marvin Williams Dunn, and he's fouled. And that's on Udomo, and that's his first. And Josh just didn't move his feet.
Well, what I don't like about Eugene Jackson's call there, Marvin Williams Dunn put his shoulder and just dislodged the defender all the way up the lane, and then you call a touch foul, like you said, didn't move his feet. I think you got to be even there and just have a no call.
Marvin Williams Dunn hits his first free throw, and this is 10th game of the year, averaging 0.9 points and 0.7 of a rebound. He has played extended minutes here this afternoon as Marvin Williams Dunn. He's played almost half of the first half. Second free throw is up, and he got them both, and it's a 1-point game.
Or when you get hit in the chest with an arm, you take a flop, take a fall back for take a charge.
27-26, since it was 19-9. It is a 15-8 run. Left baseline. Green drives it underneath the basket, and his pass stolen by Reggie Martin. And then it's lost out of bounds by the Tigers, and Green will inbound in front of the Ouachita bench.
Well, I tell you, this little trap by the Tigers is giving the Bison fits.
Trey Green will trigger it inbounds. Udomo is out there. Wilcox, Paul King, Trey Dooms on the floor. Ouachita has Scariolo, Martin, Hobson, Butler Jr., and Williams Dunn. Udomo gets the inbounds pass right front quadrant. Down to Trey Green. Dooms with it on the baseline. Spins. Goes up before the double team and is able to knock down a jumper. Trey Dooms now has 9.
Outside the right block, Dooms totally 360 spin pivot ball fakes. He loves the ball on the baseline.
Into the paint goes Martin, pulls up, open 8-footer, spins off. Trey Dooms with another rebound. Dooms has a team high 4 retrievals and 9 points, so he's working early on a double-double. And a foul against Williams Dunn at the other end is his first.
Did you see that three-quarter court pass? You would throw that to nobody but Nigel Wilcox, because Wilcox against 3 defenders, he gets up by the rim and pulls that pass down.
Timeout. 2:01 to play in the half. OBU by 3 against Ouachita on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF.
Haynes.
That's on Alex Scariolo. That's his third.
I cannot believe they didn't call that on Haynes.
Well, I can tell you this, the Tigers wish it would have been against Haynes. That would have been his first and not the third on Alex.
Oh, good point, but I was kind of wanting to tally some up on Haynes. Haynes is having some good ball games here in the Sooner State.
Double-double against Southern Nazarene, 10 and 11, 30 minutes and assists, 2 steals Thursday. So far his line today, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a team high 16 minutes. Dooms cashes into the front of their 1-1. You can bet that Friday in practice and in today's shoot-around, free throws were a point of emphasis. Jason Aker will pull everybody back with the exception of Dooms. Second free throw is up, and that one is no good.
Small lineup for the Bison with Wilcox coming off and no DJ Freeman.
Yep. And no Caden Carter today. He told me he's likely out 4 to 6 weeks. This program can't get a break in terms of injuries the last several years. Marvin Williams done. Right front court, Madarius Hobson. That's Laquan Butler. Laquan loses the handle, but a reach-in foul, they say, calls that. It's the first on Trey Green. Both teams at 7 fouls, so Ouachita will be at the line for a 1-1.
I thought Green hit the ball, but the Green, he doesn't say nothing. So I guess maybe he was a guilty party there.
Yeah, he did react the other night. You pointed that out at the time. That
he never does that.
No, you don't. That makes you think the call at that time wasn't correct.
Yeah.
Some guys, they whine whether it's a foul or not. First free throw's good.
Yeah, but what an upstanding young man Trey Green is, off the court, on the court, and his sportsmanship and everything. And just like you said, it almost makes, okay, here's the truth serum. Let's look at the reaction of Trey Green.
Got engaged over the Christmas break. Second free throw after he made the first, spins out. Bison lead it by 3, a minute 17 to play before intermission. 30-27. Udomo across midcourt. Ouachita on a man now. Madarius Hobson guards Udomo, who veers left, hands it off for King of the wing. Paul King curls over the top of the circle, jab steps, backs it out, pump fakes. Defender stays down. Now it's Dooms to Scott. Minute to play, 5 to shoot. Paul King driving, whips it across the floor. Ball deflected. Haynes has the interception to Williams. Done. And the shot clock went off, so they're going to call it a violation, and that's a turnover. Paul King has not had a good game today. He already has turned it over 3 times by my totals. Only has 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting.
And that's twice the Bison down on the baseline. I think Trey Green was one time on the baseline. When you leave your feet, those Tigers go and jump those passing routes.
43 seconds to play in the half. Haynes got caught up. The bounce pass run down left wing by Martin. He'll touch it back to Laquan Butler Jr. Shot clock halfway down for Ouachita Baptist to the purple, white, and black. He'll kick it right wing side. Williams done. He'll skip it left side. Reggie Martin moves left. The 3 over Scott is short. Trey Green has the rebound. Shot clock is off. 23 seconds to play before the break.
Good job by Green by boxing out Tyler Haynes. That Haynes is a couple inches taller than Green.
15 seconds to play here in the first half. Dooms between the circles to Green. Ball a little bit stagnant again in this possession. Paul King right side, turning the quarter. Paul King bounces it left quarter. Udomo has it knocked into his hands with 2.5 seconds to play.
Well, Madarius Thompson has 1 foul, but he's armbarring King the whole way on the dribble. Make it very difficult for King to advance the ball off the dribble.
Dunlap back in for Ouachita. Nigel Wilcox was about to return, and they're going to change it and call it a turnover against the Bison, so Nigel will go back to the bench.
Well, it seems really flat, the offense for Oklahoma Baptist now, but they're fortunate to be up 30-27 going into half. 2.5 seconds left.
Williams done to throw it into the backcourt. Hit it for Butler. He'll throw up a runner over Green. No good. A step inside the half-court line. And OBU, who led 19-9, will settle for a 30-27 lead at the break. We'll recap the first 20 minutes. When we return, this is Bison basketball for the Bison Sports Network on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Estate planning is a crucial step in protecting your family's future. With an estate plan, you can decide how to distribute your assets, make healthcare decisions, and support ministries after you pass away. It involves some pretty big decisions, but with guidance from Water's Edge, you can plan for your children's future, give to kingdom causes, and get expert help along the way. Build a solid foundation for your family. Start your estate plan today. Visit watersedgeservices.org.
I'm Noble McIntyre, and I'm a trial lawyer. But that was not my original plan. I went to Oklahoma Baptist University, and law school wasn't even on my radar. And then one day it was. Why? Sometimes those with more power than others abuse that power. Instead of doing the right thing because it's the right thing, they do the wrong thing because it's profitable. An innocent victim is victimized again. They feel helpless and voiceless against the multi-billion-dollar insurance company. I saw it happen. I watched a family member suffer as the system left them feeling helpless and voiceless. I am not helpless, and I do have a voice. And for my clients, when the fight comes, the insurance company pulling strings in the shadows doesn't face a powerless victim, they face me. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law, and we will fight for you.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boomerang, we are proud to say that word of mouth has filled our restaurants for over 15 years. The appeal to Boomerang covers all ages. Come and visit our Shawnee locations and you will see why we have been voted Best Burger, Best Breakfast, and Best Waitress.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
I'm attorney Jordan Klinger, partner at McIntyre Law. Before I came to McIntyre Law, I worked for an insurance company that defends cases. That experience provides me insight into how insurance companies operate. That knowledge helps me get the most for our clients. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law and will fight for you.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly can purchase with purpose. Whether you're a university, a K-12 school, a local nonprofit, a church, or an individual, we have exactly what you're looking for. And 100% of the profit from your purchase stays here to fulfill the mission of providing vocational training, employment opportunities, and residential care to individuals with special need. So remember, how does your purchase make a purpose? By investing in South Central, the official office supply store of OBU Athletics.
Estate planning is a crucial step in protecting your family's future. With an estate plan, you can decide how to distribute your assets, make healthcare decisions, and support ministries after you pass away. It involves some pretty big decisions, but with guidance from Water's Edge, you can plan for your children's future, give to kingdom causes, and get expert help along the way. Build a solid foundation for your family. Start your estate plan today. Visit watersedgeservices.org.
were outscored by 10 in the second half and lost by 3, 45-42. Leading scorers again at halftime. Trey Dooms for Oklahoma Baptist with 10 points from Tyler Haynes. Show your OBU spirit and rep grip with official licensed Bison apparel from shopobubison.com. It's the only place online to buy OBU apparel, accessories, gifts, and more, with purchases benefiting Bison Athletics. Ouachita will have the basketball. They will go from left to right across your radio dial here in the final 20-minute and a half. Tigers will go home next week and welcome in Southwestern on Thursday and Northwestern on Saturday. Darius Hobson, guarded by Trey Green. They try to get a trap. Now they'll cross-courted for Scariolo, who's not been much of a factor with 3 fouls. Scariolo drives against Green, pulls up, and on cue knocks down his second jumper. 30-29, the closest that Ouachita has been since it was 2-0. OBU has never trailed in this ball game with 19:28 to play in the second half.
Scariolo has got some great follow-through shots on the toughest shots, falling away from the basket.
For the first time this season, Ethan Scott starts the second half. He gets a deflected pass to Wilcox. Nigel's pass knocked away. Tyler Haynes comes out of there. That's already turnover number 12 for OBU. Right quarter, Scariolo thought about a 3, pump fakes. OBU's gone to his own defense. Now they lose Darius Hobson. His left corner 3, no good. Dodged a huge bullet, and Green had Scariolo on his back. No whistle.
Yeah, and Reggie Martin, he got double-team rammed. But Green is so balanced in his game that he's strong with the ball.
18:50 to play in the second half. Ricky Brown with the basketball. Foul line extended. Left wing, Dooms to Scott. Back to Trey, middle of the floor. Brown drives at a foul. A hand check against Laquan Butler. That's his second.
I like that call by Scott Petit because Ricky Brown is gone. He is past Laquan Butler Jr. The only way Butler could slow him down is to grab him.
Check the Great American Conference men's scoreboard here momentarily. Ethan Scott on the inbounds pass, handles it near the Bison Circle logo. He'll veer left, hands it off to Trey Green. Green back to the top of the key, looking for Dooms, bounces it for Trey. Trey backing down against Scariolo, draws a double, trying to whip it across the paint. It's knocked into bounds with 5 to shoot. 15 minutes to go in East Central. Arkansas Tech 39, East Central 31. Early in the second half, Southeastern 58, Harding 47. 16 minutes to go in Weatherford. Southern Arkansas leading Southwestern 49-46. Give you one other score in just a moment. Dooms at the shot clock, drives down the paint and lays it in.
Looked like he tripped over somebody's foot, had his feet messed up. Just a half a second on the clock. Hard to the goal, hard off the board in.
A dozen for Trey Dooms, and that one was a huge one at the shot clock buzzer. Scariolo spins, now comes to the top of the key. Dooms is out there with him. Trey deflects the pass. Hobson goes to work against Green, right low post. He turns, missed it off the front of the rim. The ball tipped out a couple of times. Ricky Brown stashes it away. Now he goes one-on-one. Euro step to the goal. Layup is good. Holy Toledo, Ricky Brown just Euro stepped and went around Laquan Butler and said, "Excuse me, I have reservations for 2."
Unbelievable play in transition. Has the ball in his left hand. The Euro step, as you said, or crossover, crosses up the defender. Back to the right hand, off the board, reverse layup.
Akile and King are back in. Ethan Scott, Trey Green will go to the bench. 18 minutes to go, second half in Alva. UAM leads Northwestern 42-39. Rangers in search of their first conference victory of the year. Free throw is good. Ricky Brown, who exploded for 15 here against Henderson State, has his first 3. And that is 5 unanswered for OBU after Ouachita had cut it to 1. Lob pass out high for Darius Hobson. Wing left for Reggie Martin. Martin with Haynes trying to set a pick. Goes right side for Laquan Butler Jr. and Doom steps in front of Scariolo and knocks it into press row out of bounds. 35-29, 17:37 to play in the ball game. Bison at Harding and Arkansas Tech next week. Special day for my family at Tech. Mary Margaret's going to actually play the national anthem from Tucker Coliseum.
She does a great job here. I like listening to her. I heard her at Oklahoma City Dodgers game do it before.
Laquan Butler driving left to the goal, floats it up and a foul. That ball was tipped too. I thought they might call goaltending. Instead, Nigel has called for his second personal foul.
And he's on the floor face down.
Jiminy. Already no DJ Freeman. Already no Caden Carter. Carter blacked out today in practice, broke his jaw. He's out 4 to 6. He tells me DJ Freeman, he says he's going to be back, and it looks like a left ankle injury now for Nigel Wilcox is being helped off the floor.
And that might be the end of the game until we get some ice on that one. Because he's being assisted by 2 players. It doesn't look like he'll be ready to come back.
Keeley is going to help him. Now Walter Wright, the trader, comes out and will assist Nigel Wilcox. Walter has been entirely too busy on this homestand this week.
Wow. And that's
he'd be the first one to tell you that.
And that's a big man, too. That's going to make him small. Fortunately for Oklahoma Baptist, Ouachita Baptist is not a really big team. You know, Haynes is is the big man. He's 6'5". They've got a 6'7" guys on the roster that hadn't seen the floor yet today.
Trey Green is back in. He's joined by King Dooms, along with Ricky Brown and Bradley Akile. I'm telling you, the last 2 or 3 years, Scott, I haven't seen a program with the injury problems that OBU has. It wrecked what could have been a terrific season last year, but it still was a good year. Finished second of the conference. First free throws up and good. You lose Harrison Stoddard. You lose Brantley Thompson. Really, for a combined half of the year, and still finish a game behind Southeast on the league standings.
And those are key players, and key players again. DJ Freeman, now Nigel Wilcox. Caden Carter started the year with limited minutes, but became to be a big, heavy man presence in the paint.
Well, part of it was he wasn't eligible until the final game before Christmas at East Central. Butler hits both. It's a 4-point game, 35-31. Paul King, foul line extended left wing, guarded by Scariolo. Bounces it down low. Dooms pulls up, one hands it down right in the face of Darius Hobson.
But who's playing big? Trey Dooms. Trey Dooms living on the baseline. That time they cut the baseline off. He angles up toward the free throw line in the middle of the lane. One-handed baby hook.
37-31. Bounce pass out high. Haynes has it. Reverses left side for Hobson. 14 to shoot. Top of the key, Reggie Martin against Brown to the goal. Layup back rims and down for the rebound. Guess who? 23, Trey Dooms.
And I think Trey Green tipped that shot, went over the goal, and like you said, Dooms come flying out of nowhere to pull that down.
16:24 to play in the second half. 37-31 OBU trying to survive at home where they already have 2 rare home conference losses. King scoops it up, missed it. Green tips it out to Akile to Paul. Left corner, pump fakes, moves right. They cover him up again. Now it's Akile for 3. Bang! Bradley Akile rattles a 3 home, and it's a 9-point. Good guy lead at 40-31.
Akile playing the center position, guarding Tyler Haynes, wide open at the perimeter for the 3.
Between the circles, Laquan Butler Jr. 16 minutes to play. Reggie Martin tries to drive. Brown stays down on him. They lob it off of the baseline for Darius Hobson. He spins to the block, goes left, pulls up, shoots and scores over Trey Green for the paint.
Nice move by Hobson, right-handed. Goes up with the right hand, spin, pivot around, back to the goal. Rises up for the jumper.
He averages over 13 a game, his first bucket of the night. Cuts the lead to 7, 40-33. Ricky Brown, right side, Scariolo. Or in a man-to-man defense. Akile, 2 dribbles, moves left, bounces for Dooms for the 2-handed flush.
Boy, that was a small window, left-handed for Akile. The bounce pass between 2 defenders to Dooms for the dunk.
Flight 23 are cleared for takeoff. 42-33, 15-10 to play in the ball game. And a turnover by Ouachita. They tried to cross-court it. Nobody was there.
You get a little rhythm on offense. Put some pressure on the Ouachita Baptist offense. Playing a little fast. Throw that cross-court pass out of bounds.
Timeout. 15-10 to play. Second half. Oklahoma Baptist 42. Ouachita 33 on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, Log on to obubison.com. At Boomerang, we are proud to say that word of mouth has filled our restaurants for over 15 years. The appeal to Boomerang covers all ages. Come and visit our Shawnee locations and you will see why we have been voted Best Burger, Best Breakfast, and Best Waitress.
He offers free breakfast and exclusive OBU visitor discounts. Call and ask for the OBU rate today. Akile out of the break, hits it out of three at the top of the circle. It's 45-33 Bison, and Jason Aker is grinning from ear to ear.
How about the follow through by Akile? They rattle around, but they go down.
Floater down the paint. Butler Jr. back rims, and OBU has the rebound. They've taken control of this game, partner, ever since Nigel Wilcox went out. There's a foul in the backcourt against Butler. That's his third.
That was a great play by Paul King because Laquan Butler Jr. was timing it to steal it from the left hand. He was on the right side, on King's right side. He crossed over, and as soon as King recognized Butler cut, he accelerated and got the foul.
If you've ever watched the Bison practice, they are tough, they are physical, and it's for moments just like this, and that's why they also play good non-conference schedules. Dooms trying to veer left. Williams Dunn cuts him off. King with the top of the circle, 5 to shoot for OBU. Paul behind the back dribble, quickly gets into the paint, throws it high off the glass, missed it, and that'll be a shot clock violation, although they play on. Ouachita with the rebound. Williams Dunn to Scariolo, drives right, kicks it right corner. 3 on the way, no good. Dooms with a rebound. Boy, Hobson has just been ice cold today. He's 1 of 4 shooting. Dooms throws it up and an offensive foul.
That was a flop, and Dooms went along the side when he flopped like that. Should have been a block.
Busy students can keep up with their finances day or night using Tinker Federal Credit Union's convenient online services and mobile app. Visit them online at tinkerfcu.org for more information. 6 minutes gone, second half, 45-33 Oklahoma Baptist. They need to win. Go to Arkansas for the first time, 2 games above 500 of the conference. Team picked 3rd in the league. Ouachita was picked in the bottom 4th of the conference. Darius Hobson guarded by Trey Green. Scariolo top of the circle, 11 to shoot. They cross-court it. Reggie Martin, he'll get into the paint, throws up a runner at front rims. No good. Akile lost the handle. It's poked out. Haynes has it, goes up. He missed that one in the rebound underneath to OBU. And a foul called against Ouachita. Or was it out of bounds?
Was that Haynes?
Yeah, they called it out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I see more of Jason Aker's back than I see in the game. And there was an instance right there.
Sometimes you see him in the front court over there.
13:22 to play. Swear I don't think he knows he's there either. Udomo veering left, back right. Now Paul King pops out of the wing, guarded by Marvin Williams-Stud. Ouachita a man-to-man defense. Udomo between the circles. His pass knocked away. Scariolo runs it down against Udome, and he missed the layup. Rebound, though, by Martin is back up and in.
That was textbook defense by Alex Scariolo. Deny the pass with your left hand in front. The pass comes, he tips it away right to himself, goes all the way to the rim.
Good job by Udomo to get back and challenge that miss of the layup. Paul King, top of the circle. Takes 2 steps, and he throws it in, but well after the whistle. The foul was on the floor.
Hobson.
And it is on Hobson. That is his 2nd. And the foul's starting to mount now on Coach Nutt's team. That's their 4th. By the way, if you are wondering, is Dennis Nutt from the Nutt coaching family? Yes, he is. Dickey is an assistant in Division I ranks. Houston Nutt, the former football coach at Arkansas. He also coached for a time at Oklahoma State. Dennis Nutt was named one of the best players in Southwest Conference history. He's in the TCU Hall of Fame. Played for the Dallas Mavericks. Driving left, Ricky Brown to the goal. Layup good, and he's fouled. Holy Toledo, Ricky Brown coming up big again. He gets a bang for his bucket of the first foul from Reggie Martin.
How much ground did Ricky Brown cover in less than a second and a half? He catches the ball at the 3-point line on the left wing. Left-handed goes full. Yo-yos the ball up top. with the right hand off the glass from the left side.
15 points in 35 and a half minutes. He misses the free throw. So his total holds at 5. The lead is 12 for the Bison, 12 and a half to go. Wing left, Reggie Martin trying to set a screen. Hobson is dancing around doing it. Scoliolo moves left, fires a 3 left corner. It's an air ball right into the hands of legend Barrett, who just came back into the ball game, and he's going to be knocked to the floor by Martin, who picks up his second.
Yeah, you said these fouls are mounting up, but Ouachita, they just trying to get away with everything. They must have got away with some things at a different officiating crew, but another good call by Scott Petit. Martin just like hit the OBU player right in the chest.
Kobe Dunlap, sophomore from Greenbrier, Arkansas, who contributed 3 off the bench, averages 4+ a game for Dennis Nets Club. In for Scariolo, who was mumbling to himself after that air ball in the last possession. Barrett slides left, hands it off to Ricky Brown. He'll move left. Dunn stays with him. They bounce it for Dooms. He glides through the paint and knocks down another one. You know what? Reggie Martin can't stay with him. Go at him every time.
He beats almost everybody off the dribble. Dooms with his back to the goal again. Couple ball fakes, then goes with the right-handed running hook.
14-point lead, the biggest of the afternoon for the Bison. Tyler Haynes with it left side to Dunn. Wide open, puts up a 3, won't go. Dooms down for the rebound. 1 of 12 3-point shooting today for Ouachita. The second half, the Tigers are just 3 of 14. They missed all 4 from long distance.
Dooms is, and then another big rebound. Dooms is really, really up in it. We talked about it in the pregame. He's up in his intensity.
Brown pump fakes, moves left. Bang! He got the 3.
Inside, outside.
35. And
Ricky Brown, inside, outside game. Goes to the goal from the three-point line on the left side. Hits the 3 from the right side.
Timeout, 11:14 to play. Bison by 17 over cold shooting Ouachita on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Including a perfect 3 of 3 beyond the arc here in the second half.
Now, how about Ricky Brown? Inside, outside game. Unbelievable. Great burst to the goal from the left side for the deuce, and then the 3 from the right wing.
Hobson bangs his way to the goal and finally ends the drought as he throws a floater up and down. 52-37. I'll tell you, I'm awful proud of this Bison team. A lot of adversity they're facing today, and they have just taken the challenge to the Tigers.
Yeah, losing Wilcox in the game. You have a guy hurt earlier in the day, and then losing DJ Freeman Thursday night.
It's basically annihilated any numbers and advantage you had on the baseline. Dooms will get into the paint and an offensive foul.
Yeah, I like that. You'd lower your shoulder.
He dipped his shoulder, you're right.
And that power. Now the Ouachita man might have gave ground to make it look worse, but that's a correct call by Kevin Mockert.
Third timeout, or third foul against the Bison. Media timeout. With 10:36 to play, Oklahoma Baptist enjoys a 15-point lead. This is OBU Hoops from the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Thank you.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
I'm attorney Jordan.
15-point lead with 10.5 to play. You look at the stat sheet, and there's one glaring statistic that tells you the difference. OBU has 7 more made baskets. However, they've made 4 of those 7 of the difference from 3, outscoring Ouachita by 12, 15-3, and it's a 15-point lead for OBU.
You know, Trey Dooms got that offensive foul. He's got 3, and Akers leaving him out there on defense.
Dunlap with Scott on him. Williams done. Right baseline, Hobson. He spins, goes left to right. Follow jumper, good over Akile.
That is 2 outstanding shots by Hobson's back-to-back down the court. Those little fall-away jumpers.
Here comes the Tigers again, down 52-39 at the midway point of the second half from Shawnee. Dooms moving left, gets a little bit of a rub from Legend Barrett. Now he attacks, goes to the goal, shoots over Haynes, who forced him to alter the shot. He missed it. Dooms follows his shot, tips it up, but Dunlap has it. Tigers on the move. Left wing 3, Reese Martin, no good. Ricky Brown with a rebound. Speeds into the forecourt left side. Kobe Dunn jumps out through his face.
I tell you, Ethan Scott blocked out Haynes on that play to allow Brown to get the board.
Ethan's one of my favorite guys on this team. He's small in stature but large in heart. Legend Barrett, a little shimmy shake move into the paint, comes up short of the left-hander. Hops it off the front of the rim, has the miss.
Yeah, Barrett wide open just outside the semicircle. Seemed like he kind of shot put and rushed that shot.
Hobson with a basketball. Veers left, goes right. Now he'll attack against Dooms, drop steps, and lays it in.
See, Dooms has got 3 fouls, so he's on Hobson. He's given some ground. Hobson scored the last 3 times for the Tigers.
9:05 to play. OBU incidentally into the 1-1 with the next Twishlow against Ouachita. Lead down to 11. 4-0 Tiger run out of the last media timeout. Ricky Brown skips it in front of us. Ethan Scott behind the back. Dooms to the goal. Fall away jumper, front rims and down.
You can see why Aker doesn't want to take him off the floor because it's instant offense. 20 points for Dooms now.
Trey Dooms shooting this afternoon is 8 of 11. Down the paint goes Haynes. They find him and he lays it in. All of a sudden the Bison finding stops hard to get against Dennis Nutt's club. It's back to 11.
You leave Tyler Haynes alone, you're going to be in for big trouble.
8:25 to play second half here on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Dooms to Akile. Bradley backing down. Now pump fakes, good defense by Hobson in the low post. Gives it up to Dooms and a bounce pass right wing. 7 to shoot. Akile backs down, and that's a flop.
That is a flop, yes.
He's called for the offensive foul, but it was an acting job of big-time proportions by Medarius Hobson.
And Kevin Mockhart's called 4 offensive fouls today. I agreed with that last one on Dooms, but that one, you said it, flop all the way, Academy Award.
Dooms, Brown, Barrett out of the ball game. Paul King comes in. Trey Green is back out. Josh Udomo is out there. 8 minutes to play. Todd Miller, Scott Waters on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits here in Shawnee. Williams done. Dribbles between the circles. Now looks for a backdoor cutter. Hobson on the wing. He pulls up. Green slips. Hobson's shot spun off. OBU dodged the bullet. Ouachita could have cut it to single digits.
Yeah, that was the easiest shot Hobson's taken.
Scott for 3. Bang! The freshman knocks the eyes out of his third 3 and a 6th triple for the Bison today. 57-43.
Just gave him enough room there on the right wing.
Haynes thought that Butler was going to make a break back door. He didn't. He got cut up on the wing, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover number 10 for Ouachita. Under 8 timeout. Officially, it's 7:31 to go. 57-43 Oklahoma Baptist on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
I'm attorney Jordan Klinger, partner at McIntyre Law. Before I came to McIntyre Law, I worked for an insurance company that defends cases. That experience provides me insight into how insurance companies operate. That knowledge helps me get the most for our clients. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law and will fight for you.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly
7:31 to play. Oklahoma Baptist leads Ouachita Baptist 57-43. Scott, you were looking at the box score. What sticks out to you?
I'm just really amazed that Trey Dooms picking up the slack as the big man off the dribble. 8 of 11 from the floor, 4 of the 6 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 20 points, and why don't we just throw in 2 assists?
For a full court pressure. They'll get it to Udomo, now to King, who beats the 10-second count. OBU not playing their best because they've turned it over 17 times, but they're shooting in the second half 73%. They can't play any better. Green from Scott. Pump fakes, lays it in, and he's fouled. And Trey Green will give it and one. And you know why they're shooting at high efficiency? They're running their offense and getting good looks. Right there, another example. And Hobson has his third.
And 2 high IQ basketball plays there. Ethan Scott quickly gets the pass as soon as Green crosses, so that window's open. Then Green pump fakes, gets the defender in the air for the easy bucket.
Green's foul shot is up, nothing but, or he only hit a little bit of rim. He's got 3. It's a 17-point lead again. Bison are on a 6-0 run. Keep in mind it was 11 points, and Ouachita had a chance to get it down to 9. The Bison have reestablished control, playing shorthanded. Butler will skip it across the floor. Ball fumbled. Hobson gets it back, lobs it up to Haynes. He's hammered. I think Ethan Scott was the one that tried to hack the basketball free. He did, and he got him with the arm. That's his first. Points off turnovers this afternoon. Despite 17 turns, only a 3-point advantage for Ouachita. 14-11. Bison plus 10 of the glass, minus 1 of the offensive boards. They'll inbound to Williams Dunn. Shot clock at 19. Tyler Haynes with it out front against Bradley Akile. No Freeman. No Caden Carter today. And then Nigel Wilcox went out with an injury here in the second half and a travel. And that's because Josh Udomo held his ground. And he forced Laquan Butler to travel.
Good job by Akile, too, on the help side defense. He took the brunt of an arm by Butler right up on the chops and in the chest.
Ouachita this time will back off the full court pressure. They'll pick Paul King up at the timeline. 6:42 to play, second half. Oklahoma Baptist by 17, looking for win number 7 of the season. More importantly, their 4th and 6th tries. King for 3, left wing, and he got it.
Boy, King looks smooth on that shot. They gave him a little bit of room, catches a pass, and just one motion follow through from the left wing.
Team high 22nd, made 3 ball of the year at 63-43 OBU. Dunlap between the circles, Hobbs at OBU, still in that zone defense. Butler pulls up inside the arc, misses short. Ouachita now 7 of 20 in the second half from the floor. Paul King tries to drive, Dunlap cuts him off. King bounces it for Green. Left corner 3, bang! Holy Toledo, the Bison shooting out of their minds in the second half, and they have a 23-point lead.
Penetration by Paul King, kick out pass to Green. Tight window again. Green with a nice release from the left corner.
6 of 6 from three-point range after halftime, 78% for the Bison. Wing left 3 by Butler is no good. Akile tips it away from Haynes, and the Bison have it. Udomo up the left sideline, and Jason Akers says, hey, let's slow this thing down. Sometimes it's all gas, no brakes. This time it's no gas and all brakes. Leading by 23.
Well, yeah, like you say, you just shorten this game, you've got a victory.
Trey Green pivots. He'll cross-court it for Akile. One dribble to King. A long 3, no good. And the rebound kept alive, and a loose ball foul against the Bison. It's against Trey Green, and that's going to be his second.
Yeah, that was a long 3, 5 feet behind the line. There was 8 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, a little bit out of sync. King just made the last one. Sometimes you can make it, but you're up 23. I don't think it's going to hurt anything.
66-43, 5:14 to play in the ball game. OBU at Hardy next Thursday night, our next broadcast of the Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Left corner three by Dunlap, misses everything. That wasn't even close. Udomo with a rebound. He overshot that by about 4 feet wide right. Udomo pierces his way in, backs it out, angles left, underhands a pass to King. Scariolo gets caught up in the screen. King loses it, gets it back to Udomo. He'll put up a three. It's no good. Akile for the rebound, back up and in. Bradley was already jumping because he thought it was going to roll off, but hung on the front of the iron and then fell back.
Yeah, what body control in the air on his way down. Then I think he took a shot to the chops and still made the bucket.
25-point lead for OBU. Williams done with it left side. Needs some help. Ball tipped away by Akile from Haynes, and it's out of bounds. And they're going to call Bradley for his second foul. This is exactly the opposite of what happened to Ouachita. They made a huge run about this time Thursday night in Bethany. At the time, they were trailing by 23. They got it down to 5, lost by 8. They had it down to 11 with a chance to get it to 9, and since then, OBU's just blown the doors off of them. Tyler Haynes at the line. He's been quiet here in the second half. That's his third point as he hits the front end of the 1-1. It's 10 at halftime. Correction. He has 15 points and 6 rebounds. So he has 5 now after halftime. Haynes today, 7 of 13 shooting. Ouachita just 36% for the foul line. Free throw is up, and that one crawls across the front of the rim. Tigers are 9 of 12 from the free throw line. King loses the ball, and a loose ball foul. They're going to call Ouachita for the foul.
Butler.
It is Butler. He undercut King, but he has the right to go after the basketball too. Am I correct?
Well, he is, but you cannot go through, and that was the correct call. King got his, you said it, he got undercut, and you just can't do that. You go to the ball, but you can't undercut somebody to go get it.
I think it was inadvertent because he was diving to the floor.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fouls that are accidents. Those are still fouls.
Officiating 101 from Scott Wanish.
It's kind of like pass interference in football. Well, I didn't mean to do it. Well, you still hit him before the ball got there.
Free throw by King, front rims. Paul only had 6 points here on Monday against Mid-America Nazarene. He struggled again today. Good move going back door, then up and under Darius Hobson. He just backed the defender down and then quickly spun away for the backdoor layup. King's trap, lobs it right front court for Caleb Riggs, who's out for the first time. Riggs whips it across the floor. Ethan Scott, one dribble, back to King. Under 4 minutes to play in the ballgame, 68-47 Bison. Scariolo is out there on Paul King. Foul line right with it is Trey Dooms. Whips it left. Ball deflected. Riggs drives to the goal, throws it up. Shot hangs on the rim and drops in. That tells you the afternoon OBU's had.
Well, Riggs, that's a great play.
It
up
is
the
a good
left
play.
baseline, up, jumps, fakes left, moves over with the angle to the right, off the board.
OBU's cooled to 64% of the second half. Scariolo left to right through the paint. Falling away, missed it. Boy, the defense has been spectacular for OBU. Dooms with a rebound. Up ahead, the quick jump shot, no good. And the rebound to Ouachita. 70-47, Scariolo. Between the circles, Marvin Williams done. Down low with it is Haynes. He'll spin and score. They made a turnaround jump shot just underneath the free throw line. It's 70-49 with 3 minutes to play. Paul King against the Tiger man-to-man defense. Looks like Oklahoma Baptist is going to sweep today in the battle of the OBUs. Dooms to Scott. He catches, fires a three, and he got it.
Boy, that play, Scott, is money. He runs out from the left wing out toward midcourt, catches the ball in one motion, has that three-pointer. It's almost basically a fall-away three.
King will then commit the foul to allow for substitutions. As Ty Leopold is going to come in, Riley McGurk will come in. And there's a timeout. The under 4 media timeout at 2:36. 73-49 Bison on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Okay.
Estate planning is a crucial step in protecting your family's future. With an estate plan, you can decide how to distribute your assets, make healthcare decisions, and support ministries after you pass away. It involves some pretty big decisions, but with guidance from Water's Edge, you can plan for your children's future, give to kingdom causes, and get expert help along the way. Build a solid foundation for your family. Start your estate plan today. Visit watersedgeservices.org.
Bison Athletic Association donors are making a direct and tangible impact on the success of over 450 OBU student athletes in the classroom, in the community, in their fields and courts of competition. When you give to the BAA, you are investing in champions. Learn more. Sign up today at obubison.com/BAA. Marvin Williams done after the King foul for substitution purposes will be at the line. 4-1-1. That's the 8th foul of the second half against OBU, and he'll get the bonus as he hits the free throw. Marvin Williams done as all 3 of his from the foul line. His first points in his 2-game road trip to SNU and to Shawnee. Second one is up and it's good. OBU will next be at home on the 19th of January. That's a week from Thursday night. This coming Thursday, January the 19th, 5:30 and 7:30 here at the Noble against Southwestern. And then they go on that long road trip. They'll be gone for 4 straight to Southern Arkansas, UAM. First to Northwestern, and then finish up at Southern Nazarene. Good dish by Dooms to Barrett for the layup.
Well, Dooms with those long strides all the way from half court, just knifing through the defense and the handoff for the bucket.
2:15 to play of the ball game. Scariolo left side, down low to Haynes. Goes up, and he missed the entire basket. Dooms with a rebound. I think it's time for Trey to have a seat, and Jason agrees.
Yeah, you don't want another.
Yeah, that's right. He's about to send Udomo back out there. Leopold dribbling around. Take the defender off the dribble. Left quarter, Riggs. Probes his way, backs it out, fires a 3. It's an air ball. Rebound to Badarius Hobson with a minute 50 to play. Hobson kicks it right wing side. Tavondrick Henry turns to the 3, gets a return pass. This time he'll put it up, it's short. Riggs with a rebound. 9 of 28 shooting here in the second half. McGirt drives, had it stripped of the way in from behind by Henry. Another OBU turnover. Down the paint goes Tyler Haynes, throws it up and in, and he's fouled. Whistle against Riggs, his first.
Scott Petit gave him and one. I thought that foul was at the free throw line.
Darius Hobson comes back into the ball game. Trey Dooms is going to check out. He's right where he needs to be.
Keep him safe.
And secure over there on the bench.
Yeah, got a mash squad over here in this gym.
Hope we can get at least 2 of them back. Maybe just 1 before the next road trip. Foul shot no good. Scariolo tips the rebound out. OBU has it with a minute 19 to play. Riggs will get a lob pass for the backcourt to McGirt for 3, right quarter, no. Barrett with a rebound goes back up. Scariolo alternate shot. The 3rd time at the charm though by Udomo. 77-53, 70 seconds to play in the ball game. Hamilton Ham, I was hoping he would get in. Left side to Scariolo. Driving against McGirt, goes back door for the layup. Hamilton Ham, a freshman from Dallas Carter High School. 77-55 with 48 seconds to play. Udomo into the front court, left side for Riggs. Riggs one-hands a pass across the floor to Josh Udomo. 17 on the shot clock for Oklahoma Baptist, and they've spread the floor. 2 out, 3 down. They may take a violation here. They're just kind of standing around. 7 seconds to shoot. Now Udomo attacks. Down low to Barrett. Layup good. Up and under, and he's fouled. Well, I guess they won't. Look at that athletic move by Legend Barrett.
And getting hit down in the kidneys on the left side hard. He's on the left side of the rim. He reaches with his right hand and somehow gets that reverse layup with that long reach in and one.
Haynes with his first foul. Barrett to the line looking for his 5th point, and he misses the free throw. Tyler Haynes with a rebound with 24 seconds to play. to Vodrick Henry. Guarded by Ty Leopold, right wing side. Yo-Yo dribbles, pulls up on the baseline, long two, spins off. Leopold with a rebound, and that'll do it. Ty into the front court, and Jason Akers saying no shot. To pull it out to Caleb Riggs, 10 seconds to play. OBU will get a split and a nice bounce back win in the face of adversity. 79-55 is the final score. Our postgame show is coming up next on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
Thursday going to Searcy, Arkansas, playing Harding. You just want to continue this win streak because it was a bad loss Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
You guys probably thought you should have won against Henderson State. Real good bounce-back win tonight.
Yes, sir.
So what was the difference in between Thursday night's game? I know free throws, but free throws aside, you really only shot 54% tonight. There was like some other things. I think that next man up mentality really helped you tonight.
I feel like everybody just stepped up, and we started clicking more on defense later on in the game.
Okay, great game.
Thank you, sir.
Bradley Akili, 10 points, 4 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from downtown. He helps the Bison to a 79-55 victory over Ouachita Baptist. The voice of the Bison, Todd Miller, will be back with head coach Jason Aker after this. This is Bison basketball on Classic Hits KGFF. Thanks, Bob.
With Nigel Wilcox leaving the game in the second half. Jason Aker joins us, but Coach, before we address any of that, I'm really proud of your kids. I mean, they have taken a couple of really big hits to the gut today and went out and really dominated the second half of this ball game.
I think it's a real testament to a lot of guys staying ready. What we put in front of them today is that every team that I've been on, certainly every team that we've had here at OBU, you go through a point of the season where you have a lot of adversity. You always pray that it's not going to be there, but that's a part of athletics. And so the great thing, the encouraging thing is that all of our boys are safe. Their health is intact. Several of them did not get to play today. But it was through nothing that they did wrong. It's just a part of athletics that, it's the part that us adults hate the most. But I think at times it's where you learn the most. I thought we learned a lot about our team today. Thursday was such a tough game. Our guys were really disappointed. Us coaches were really disappointed that we weren't able to win that game against a really good Henderson team. And so our guys bounced back. Not only did they bounce back, but they bounced back undermanned. And so I thought that said a lot about our guys.
You look at this game, and obviously some of the starters didn't have the normal games that they normally have. You played shorthanded. That's part of it. Trey Dooms, I thought today, really showed why he is the leader of this team. I mean, his first career double-double in Bison Hill, 20 points, 11 rebounds, and without a doubt he was the best player on the floor.
He took really good shots. He was able to get to his floater. I thought he was really active on the glass. We really needed him to rebound. We needed everybody to rebound. I looked at the rebounding totals. Our guys really battled on the glass. I thought Trey Dooms did an excellent job. He's a good player. He's been practicing well. We were able to go see a doctor this week where he was able to get a little checkup, get some encouraging news with his nicks and knacks that he's been battling. But it was an overall team win. The guy that I was the most proud of, I was really proud of Ethan Scott. He did not get into the game on Thursday. And so a kid like that kid's an All-American kid. For him to go into a game and not get in, which is a part of your freshman year at times, for him to not only, we didn't deal with one attitude thing, but he was ready to play today, it just speaks to his character, it speaks to his work ethic, it speaks to him. And so really proud of him. And then Bradley, I thought Bradley's plus minus was 25. So when Bradley was in the game, the Bison did really well.
But you did a good job keeping their guards in check. I mean, that's the key to this team. If you let those guys go off, they become obviously a much different team. And today you forced some of them into tough shots.
You know, anytime you're on a Saturday, both teams are tired. Both teams are worn out. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. My mind's spinning a little bit if Ouachita played on Monday. But we played on Monday. We've practiced for about 2 weeks straight. And so I thought both teams at times looked a little tired. I thought Ouachita missed some shots that they normally would make. But thankful for the win, thankful for the day off, and so hopefully we'll be able to get some guys healthy here in the next few days.
It is an evaluation period. You're hoping to get DJ back next week for the first trip to Arkansas. Obviously, the concern now becomes first Caden Carter, who told me he blacked out today in practice, then broke his jaw. You were at the hospital with him, so we know that's to be true. And then Nigel looked like he had a pretty severe lower leg injury in the second half.
Yeah, the good thing of what we share with our guys, I spent the most of the morning over at the hospital. It actually wasn't during practice. It was just before practice. And so he got up really quick in the locker room, and then he ended up we're gonna go to the doctor again on Monday. But the main thing is me and his mom were over there this morning and got to meet with several doctors. And you know, if you're listening, keep praying for us. Keep praying for these young men, that not only would they stay healthy and safe, but they would continue to learn. The thing that we put on the board before the game is we just went right back to our core values and our culture is be a great teammate, give an uncommon effort, play the game with great energy and enthusiasm, and then our fourth core principle of our program is grow in our faith, grow in our character. And so I thought we did that today. We're looking forward to going to church in the morning and then getting back together on Monday with whoever we have or don't have, and moving forward.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. See you next week on the road in Arkansas.
All right, Todd. Thanks.
Jason Aker visiting with us here at the postgame show. Oklahoma Baptist wins it 79-55. More postgame coming up after these messages on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Thank you. Oklahoma Baptist sweeps their counterparts from Arkadelphia today behind the first career OBU double-double from Trey Dooms, 20 points, 11 rebounds. He was one of 3 Bison in double figures. Ethan Scott, who you heard Jason Aker talk about in the postgame show, a career-high 4 made three-pointers, 12 points today, 10 points, 3 rebounds for Bradley Akile, who Scott visited with earlier in the postgame show. 8 points, 2 rebounds from Ricky Brown, 6 points, 3 rebounds from Nigel Wilcox. He went out with what looked to be a pretty severe lower left ankle injury. We'll know more. He'll be reevaluated by X-rays on Monday. 7 points from Paul King. He had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. 4 points apiece from Josh Udomo and Legend Barrett, and 2 points from Caleb Briggs. Leading scorers today for Ouachita Baptist with 20 points was Tyler Haynes. He just missed a double-double with 8 rebounds. 10 points, 7 boards from Adarius Hobson. 7 points for Laquan Butler, 1 rebound, and he had 1 steal. 6 points from Alex Scariolo. 4 points from Marvin Williams-Dunn, all for the free throw line. 3 points a rebound today from Kobe Dunlap. Off the bench, OBU's reserves were huge. They had to be to have any chance to win this ball game, and they outscore the reserves from Ouachita 32-7. Points from turnovers, 16-14 Tigers. Points to the paint, OBU plus 8, 40-32. Despite finishing the game with their top 3 baseline players all out with injury. Second chance points, 8-6 OBU. Fast break points, 5-3 Bison. OBU out rebounds. In fact, they had their largest rebound margin of the season, plus 17 today over Ouachita, 38-21, including 5-3 of the offensive glass. 11 turns for the Tigers, 18 for OBU. Bison had 18 assists on 32 baskets. Ouachita just had 2 assists. That is a season low for them and a season low for OBU opponents on 21 made baskets. 11 steals for the Tigers, 2 for OBU. The only 2 blocked shots of the ball game credited to the Bison. Nigel Wilcox had 1. Josh Udomo had 1 as well. 79-55, the final score. OBU's biggest lead was 25 with 4:41 to play. That came after a terrific spurt in which they just shot out of their minds, at one point shooting 78% of the second half. It also came after Ouachita had cut a 19-point lead down to 11. They had the basketball with a chance to get it to single digits. They failed to convert, and then OBU just kind of kicked it into high gear, and they win it today by 24, 79-55. We'll take our final break. Scott will be back to wrap it up with me after these messages. It's a double-dip win today for Oklahoma Baptist here on the Bison Sports Network at KGFF. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Bob.